Stay tuned and let's talk about some Star Wars Black Series. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and may the Force be with you. Today is May the 4th, 2020, and we use that as an excuse to celebrate and remember Star Wars. Even though technically A New Hope didn't come out until the 25th of May, way back when, we'll ignore that little statistic and just celebrate Star Wars because we love it. So yeah, as you know, my channel is mainly Marvel Legends with a few other things sprinkled in, but that doesn't mean I don't love Star Wars. I am a massive Star Wars fan. It's quite sentimental for me. When I was a kid, my granddad had all the videotapes, so when I'd visit my grandparents, I'd rewatch the videotapes, and then the prequels come out, and I'd sit and watch them with them, and then when the new films come out, I actually took my granddad to the cinema to see all those films, so that has been a little tradition for me, and I've always been a Star Wars fan. I still prefer the original trilogy. I don't think it's ever got better than that. The sequels are okay, and the prequels are okay, but it's all about the original trilogy. Without that, we wouldn't be in this massive Star Wars lore. Now, I really like Rogue One as well. I've never really watched any of the TV series apart from The Mandalorian, obviously. Live action I love, but I've never watched the Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels or anything like that. I've really been a live action guy, and I've always been drawn towards the villains in Star Wars. I just always like the character designs and whatnot. But the figures, obviously, I've been picking up here and there over the last couple of years, thinking to myself, I'm going to build a nice little Star Wars display and maybe have a representation of each character that I like on the shelf. So my favourite version of each character. So what's more iconic for Luke Skywalker than with his land speeder, which was a bargain when I got this for less than £25, I think. And considering it used to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I will take that all day long. And it's got lots of nice little hidden compartments as well. So yeah, we got Luke in there, farm boy style Luke, and you get a little stand for it. And I definitely need to find a place in my new toy room to display the land speeder. Now, what I said I really like about Star Wars is all the different character designs, including the bounty hunters. And yes, I love the look of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian and all stuff like that, but I also like all the sort of niche characters as well, the ones you see in the background. And I have managed to get all of the bounty hunters from An Empire Strikes Back, which I'll pull out in a minute. But these are just a few random figures on the table. They're not there for no other reason than just to show you that I have been picking up Star Wars. I've got Palpatine at the back there on his throne. Of course, you have to have a Darth Vader. I've got some royal guards so I can stand next to Palpatine when I do finally build my display. I think I've got at least 2 of them. Yeah, I have. I like K2SO up there. Really, as I said, I really like Rogue One. And I've still got a few other things. We've got General Orso and Rey there. Obviously, Chewbacca in the 40th anniversary card back for A New Hope. What's behind him? Oh, there we've got Grand Moff Tarkin back there as well. As I said, I do really like the villains. But I've got tons of other stuff. So I just thought, this video is basically just me telling you I'm a Star Wars fan. Let's celebrate Star Wars together. And if you want to see me start doing Star Wars reviews, then let me know, because why not? Why not? So none of these are particularly brand new, but they're just some of my favourite characters. So obviously, C-3PO has been in probably the most live-action Star Wars films than anyone else. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think he has the most live-action appearances. Another character I really like is IG-88. I was born in 88, so I've always liked this character because he just had 88 in his name. And obviously everyone loves this type of IG droid now because we had IG-11 in The Mandalorian. And even though I don't have IG-11, I did, of course, track down the Mandalorian figures. So I got the Mandalorian, of course, and I got Cara Dune as well. And I also got the heavy infantry guy as well. Heavy infantry guy, I don't think is his name. The heavy infantry Mandalorian. So I do want to build a shelf of bounty hunters for a display, which I really like. And I also managed to get, if you just bear with me and I lean back a minute, I also managed to get the carbonized version. So I don't know which one to open yet. I'm probably going to stick with the original. I'm very much looking forward to getting the new one in the Beskar armor, and I've already got a couple of little childs on pre-order. Of course I have. I've also got some Jawas, but these are the version from A New Hope. They're not the ones with the red eyes and the cloth cape, but I did manage to get a couple of these just so I can have them in my sort of live action display, of course. Now, as I said, I'm not going to go too crazy with Star Wars figures. I am just going to sort of pick and choose the character designs I like, as some of these figures can get really hard to track down. But as I said, some of my favorites are the Empire Strike Back bounty hunters. So we got Lizard Man Bosk, and then we have Forlum, the sort of bug sort of android I've always liked. And then we got Dengar, who might be in the Mandalorian in the background or something like that. I'm not too sure, but again, another crazy character design. He seems to be all burnt up or something. We don't know. That's what I like about these characters. They're all mysterious. We don't really know too much, and you get to sort of make up your own backstories. There we have Zuckuss as well, another bug-type alien. And as I said, my favourites are all the villains because they're all crazy character designs. Another one I really like is General Grievous. This guy is patient zero. He has had the coronavirus since day one. So definitely keep away from this coffin robot. But he comes with all his lightsabers and a gun as well. Really liking this guy. I've actually took this guy out of packaging to play around with. Really like it. And then we have the most underwhelming villain in Star Wars, Snoke, which is probably a failed clone of Palpatine. But again, don't ask me about the Star Wars lore. We could be here all day. And then, of course, another one of my favourite villains is, of course, Darth Maul. One of the first Star Wars figures I got. This is the original. This isn't even... I never actually got the archive version because I had the original release. So, yeah, crazy. And then I've got a couple of... Stormtroopers, but I've only got these original Sandtrooper ones. I want to get the new articulated ones that are announced very recently, so I can build up a little, just a tiny little display. But as you can see, what's very frustrating is that I don't have two of the most iconic characters in Star Wars, and that is, of course, Han Solo and Princess Leia. I really want those two. But what I was doing, as I was only buying one figure, I wanted to buy one figure of their characters that I liked. I wanted the best figure possible. And the best figures for Han Solo and Princess Leia were probably the SH figure arts. So I don't know if you've seen the SH figure arts, so I'll throw up a picture on the screen. These are probably the best 6-inch, 1/12 scale versions of the characters there that exist. But they're quite pricey. So I haven't pulled the trigger on them just yet, as the Marvel Legends and the Power Rangers and the G.I. Joes and the Ghostbusters, they're all coming. So I've had to sort of hold back on the Leia and Han Solo, but they are figures I want to get in the future. Same as R2-D2. They're the three sort of missing pieces to my own little collection. Now, as I said, I'm not going for every single figure in Star Wars lore. I am just picking and choosing characters, designs of characters that I like, and then I'll build myself my own little display. So as you can see, I've got Chewie back there, so I definitely need a Han Solo. I have ordered the Bespin Han Solo, so he hasn't arrived yet, but hopefully he'll be here soon, so I can at least have Chewie and Han Solo on the shelf together. And then I want to get Princess Leia in her original New Hope gear, the one that we see her at the end. Well, we see a sort of a version of Leia at the end of Rogue One as well. So yeah, still figures to tick off my personal want list. Had to get CP3PO with the original silver leg as well, by the way. But yes, this card's a little bit bent, so I feel like I should open this. If you want me to open Boba Fett and do an actual little review for Black Series Vintage Wave Boba Fett, even though there's 100 on YouTube already, if you'd like to see my opinions on Star Wars, let me know in the comments below, as I may do this. I may even do it as a Patreon exclusive. So if you want to follow me on Patreon, I'll put all the links in the description. It's probably on the screen right now. Support me there if you want. I do more reviews there than I do on YouTube. I'm just starting to kick that off. So there should be lots more content on there this month. But yeah, I just wanted to say, happy Star Wars Day, and may the Force be with you and all that good stuff. And just let you know, I am collecting Star Wars stuff, just my own little personal collection. The loose figures are the figures that I've managed to get like really cheap, like £4 from Forbidden Planet sales. So I've just ripped the boxes open just to play around with the articulation and whatnot. And I sort of like Ben Solo, but I do prefer him with the mask. So there we go, Kylo Ren. Definitely prefer him with the mask. Again, it's all about the character designs. Really like it. But anyway, there's my Black Series figures. You let me know in the comments below, do you collect Black Series? What is your favourite Black Series? Very interested to hear your thoughts. I do watch a lot of Star Wars reviews online. I just don't necessarily film any myself. But if it's something you want me to see me do, then let me know, and then I may actually get down to doing it. But yeah, you let me know your favourites in the comments below. Do you collect Star Wars? All of that good stuff. But as always, people, you know what to do. Please hit that subscribe button and help the channel grow. And then until next time, people, my name is Dan W, and I shall see you on the next one.